IndyCar coverage is brought to you by the Big Machine Music City Grand Prix. Get your tickets in the link in the description and save 20%. All right, this is super cool. We're here at one of Scott Borchetta's many hideouts here in Nashville, and I'm here with Al Unser Jr., two-time IndyCar champion 1990 and 1994, and the Indy 500 winner in 1992 and 1994. Al, it's great to see you, great to be here. Tell me what we're here for.
Well, we're actually here where Scott Borchetta has produced the audio version of my book. And so I went in and I read it. It's my voice. I'm reading the whole book. And so Scott's been very instrumental. He loves the Unser family, and he's a great supporter. And so, you know, he wanted to do this with turning it from a regular book into an audio book, and that's what we've done. And so we're here tonight to launch the audiobook.
So one of the things I've always thought about audiobooks is just the sheer amount of work that must go into reading all of that. I mean, what is that process like to record an audiobook, especially a book that you had such a strong part in writing?
Well, I'm trying to think of the right word for it, and the right word for it simply is time consuming. It's just time consuming. And so, you know, you read a page, you read a couple pages, and then you go and you edit all through that and so on. And so it was great to do. I enjoyed doing it. Once I got used to the process, it was at first, you know, I was going, wow, this is going to take forever, you know, kind of thing. And then once you accepted that and just started doing the process, then I had fun with it. And so it was just all a frame of mind going out and doing it. So.
Something I've always wanted to ask you about the book, because I've read it, I highly recommend you read it. I mean, you can pick it up in Barnes & Noble. I mean, that's what's so cool about it.
Yeah.
But because of that reach, I mean, it is such a personal story. I mean, some of the things that you reveal in there are heart-wrenching, incredible that a human being goes through some of the things that you describe in the book. So what is it like to put out such a personal story where everyone can read it and everyone knows so many of those personal details of your life?
It was risky at first. I was fearful of it, you know, kind of thing, and just you know, with my family, it had such great success in auto racing and all that kind of stuff, and you know, to tarnish that, we did risk it because I get into my personal issues with substance use disorder and that sort of thing, and so you know, but you know, I prayed about it, and just every time I prayed, it just came back. Just you got to tell the truth and put it out there, and honestly, what's happened after the fact is, you know, I just went, okay, by telling my story and all the trials and tribulations and challenges that I went through, if I could help one person, then it was worth me going out on that limb. And it's turned out to be really, really good. I think we've helped a lot of people in that area, and it's turned out well.
That's a wonderful message. I love to hear that, and it's so brave of you to do that. I mean, it really is, after reading the book.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about racing, shall we?
Yeah,
because we are here for the Big Machine Music City Grand Prix, and something that's unique and interesting about Nashville Superspeedway is that one Al Unser Jr. has raced there before.
Yeah.
So what do you remember about the Nashville Superspeedway as a driver? What are some of the challenges that these drivers are going to be facing this weekend?
Well, now, I raced it a long time ago, early 2000s.
So did Scott Dixon. He's still racing.
And it was new.
Yes.
It was all that kind of stuff. What I really, truly remember about it is it was pretty bumpy. And so they really have to get their shocks working really well. I'm sure as it's aged, it may have gotten worse. I don't know yet. You know, I don't know. I haven't seen anybody or talked to anybody about it. They have tested here and so on, and it was very slippery because it's made of concrete.
Yes.
And not asphalt, and so that made it really slick. And so those two things, you had to be really careful in my day because of how slick it was only one groove. And so hopefully the cars are totally different than they were back when I raced. So hopefully you're going to see two abreast racing all the way around, and that would make for a great show.
The IndyCar Championship is coming down to the wire. Two great champions, Alex Palou and Will Power. You race for championships, obviously. Went to battle with guys like Michael Andretti and Emerson Fittipaldi, just some of the greats of the sport. How do you approach a championship battle, especially coming down to the last race as a race car driver?
Well, really, you just stay out of trouble. I mean, that's the number one thing, and so you want to run well, okay? And so, you know, I think with Willpower and Palou, what they're really trying to do is to qualify up front and try to control the race from being in the front.
Yep.
Okay, you want to be in the top 5 guys. Once you start getting deeper than that, then risks start multiplying, going up. And so, you know, they're going to just go out there and they're going to try to actually have a shield around their car where they don't run into anybody and they don't let anybody run into them. And so, because they got to finish in order for the points, and that's what it's all going to come down to. And just go out there, and the team, they're just going to do the best job they can do, like all the pit stops and all that kind of stuff. It's not just pressure on the driver, it's pressure on those guys going over the wall on making their pit stops. And so the whole team is engulfed in this, okay? And so it's just going to be exciting. I love the fact that they're ending the season on an oval.
Yes.
They haven't done that in quite some time. Sure. And, you know, this is IndyCar racing, and so it's all about the ovals.
I think you revealed a bit of a speed secret there. You just had a shield around your car all the time.
Well, we tried. It didn't always work, but we tried, yeah.
Do you have a pick, Alex Palou or Will Power, for this championship?
No, I like both of them. I like, you know, they're going to meet, maybe some other winners come out of that. You
Sure.
know, anybody, any of the 27 cars that are going to be here can win this race. And so and that's IndyCar racing. You know, they're going to go out there and they're going to go to battle.
I can't say it any better than that. Download the audiobook, buy the book. Al Unser Jr. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
You got it. You're welcome.